You're listening to Bear Friend Tea Party, the
Actually, most lakes kind of do look like potatoes. Like a lot of them.
Yeah, at least on a map.
They look
they're
like
kind
a
of potato
bean
shape.
or like.
Bear Friend Tea Party.
I have a camping anecdote.
All right. I guess it's come to that.
Yeah, it's so. I was camping with Tilo a few years back in Australia. It's just the two of us. Christine didn't want to go camping, and he was like, I don't know, let's say 7 or 8 at the time. So he was a little scared to be, to be out camping in the woods and there's nobody around. And we drove in and we pitched our tent and blah blah blah, and we cooked dinner and we had like s'mores and we were looking at the stars and everything, and he looked at me, and this is sort of when he was cute and little.
Yeah.
And he looked at me real earnestly and he was like, "Daddy, what will I do if you die here?"
She's like, that's your problem.
I wanted to say that would not be my problem. Like, that would be a chance for you to learn self-reliance.
It'd be a real life lesson.
Yeah. But, like, I didn't want him to freak out. So I was like, well, I'm not going to die. But if I did, you would just follow the road back, the way we came. And remember, we passed that farmhouse. You would go up to that farmhouse.
Go up to that old
explain.
abandoned farmhouse.
It wasn't abandoned.
Go up to that spooky house in the woods.
It was a well-kept farmhouse. It wasn't in the woods. It was near the woods. I was like, you go up there and tell them what happened, and you'll be fine. And he was like, will they snatch me? I was like, no, they don't want to snatch you. Nobody wants you. No, they didn't. They didn't want him. But then, like, he sort of thought about it, and he kind of relaxed a little. And I was like, and they'll call your mom, and your mom will come get you. And he was like, wasn't sure if he believed me that it would be okay. And so he was, like, thinking about it. And I thought, like, he realizes he wouldn't really be okay because his father would be dead.
Yeah.
But then he finally looked back up, and he was like, but what would we do about the car?
That is a very practical concern.
It is. And then I was like, don't worry about the car. Mom would come get the... And then he was like, could I drive the car?
Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut, official podcast.
Oh no, the stuff at the beginning, you just take a few random snippets and don't even really have to listen to it. You just string them together with some other unrelated things, put on some echo.
Displaying a life-size replica of makes a galactic statement out of far a racetrack or a western thing venue.
Together with some other unrelated things.
Simultaneous even tradition of this is the paper now.
Take a few random snippets and don't even really have to listen to it.
A life-size fiberglass attraction of the Venus replica. There was an artist sculpture in plastic or styrofoam. Displaying a life-size replica of a horse makes a galactic statement out of far a racetrack or a western thing venue. Simultaneous even tradition of replica of this is the paper now.
Other unrelated things, put on some echo.
I feel a real low-key episode coming on.
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like it's gonna be real short and sweet.
Alright, fuck this. I'm gonna put a shitty beat on it.
This might be a good time to announce people can always reach us at bearfriendteaparty@aol.com or hit us up on Twitter. You can I tweet as at Taylor Swift 13. Danny tweets as at MSNBC. You can reach Big J at WrestleManiac 12 and JG at Oprah.
Yeah, and of course you can always find us at BearFriendTeaPartyPodcast.com.
Really?
BearFriendTeaPartyPodcast.com.
Is that true?
No.
I'm recording this podcast
to be free. Now that you got your freedom, you wanna still hold on to me.
Bear Friend Tea Party.
You don't want me for yourself, so let me find somebody else. So why don't you be a man about it and set me free? You don't care a thing about me. You're just using me. Come on, get out of my life. Let me sleep at night. 'Cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. No, you don't really need me. You just keep me hanging on. You don't really want me. Just to keep me hanging on.
Bear Friend Tea Party.
Still working on that one.
Friends Tea Party.
Now there's a familiar sound. Will it mean a sale? No. Yes. Yes, ma'am, we make phone calls. Yeah. No, madam, I'm sorry. I can't tell you what's wrong or how much it'll cost till I get there and see the set. If it's bad, we'll have to pull it. Sure, I'll come over sometime tomorrow. Yeah, where'd you say you live? Okay, fine. How many mistakes did you catch that service dealer making in one quick phone conversation? Let's check. He had a poor attitude to begin with and didn't give the impression of being polite in the conversation. He didn't sound happy to get the business. He didn't get the customer's full name, address, and phone number for his customer list. Although he shouldn't have been expected to diagnose the trouble over the phone, he could have listened to his customer and not cut her off rudely. Total price would of course depend on the extent of repair, and this could only be appraised after set inspection. But if there was a phone call charge, he should have told his customer how much it was if she didn't know. There should have been a definite appointment made with a specific time mentioned. That's the best insurance that your customer will be at home and ready for you to do the job. 6 big mistakes in less than a minute. Let's try that routine again, but this time with a sales-minded man. Good morning, Peace Radio TV. Yes, ma'am, we specialize in TV service and make all calls. In the evening? Certainly, but only by special appointment. No, ma'am, I'm afraid I have another call to make, but I could come over Saturday afternoon. Now, let's see, would Saturday afternoon at 3 be all right? Fine. May I have your name, please?
I do have an no, shut up, listen. I do have an amuse-bouche. Because I got a root canal a while back, and I didn't even really know what that was, but they put a crown on my tooth. And I didn't actually know what a crown was when they put it on your tooth. Do you know what that actually is?
It's
Like, I had been imagining it like a crown, like a little thing that goes on the top.
No, it's
Yeah.
crayon.
But
It's made of wax.
I'll tell you what it is. It's like they chip away the surface of your tooth and then put a fake tooth surface over on top of it. So it's like it's covering up your whole tooth and it looks like a tooth.
Why do they even leave any of it?
That's another question I had, but the point of this amuse-bouche is crown is an inappropriate name for that. Like, a crown should be a showy thing that just goes over the very top. This is like a tooth costume for a tooth.
You think a crown, like you were imagining more like a grill? Did you go in and you were like, so I'd like my crown to say Jesus?
Basically, yes. I did ask him if it could be hot pink.
And is it?
No, he said it could not. They had already got it back from the lab.
So it could have been if you'd asked earlier.
If I'd asked earlier, yeah.
Or was
but
that
back
just
then,
his way of shutting you down? Like, no, it's already back from the lab.
it's possible. I mean, he did. As soon as I said that, he said no, and then he put a lot of stuff in my mouth, so I couldn't talk for an hour.
That's dentists for you.
Fucking dentists.
But it's not a crown. It's a costume. It's a tooth disguise for a tooth. It's like now my tooth is disguised as a different but very similar tooth.
Basically the tooth outside.
Yeah, it's like the whole outside of the tooth.
So does it come off? Can you take it off?
Well, I mean, it's been cemented on now, but
You can't take it off, but you can break it off.
you could break it off. Yeah, there you go. If you can't take it, break it. That's the first law of dentistry.
I'm sure.
I think it would be really great if all the laws of dentistry were just rhyming couplets. Like, that's all they taught you in dental school, the textbooks are just rhyming couplets.
It wouldn't surprise me if there were some rhyming couplets in dental school. It would not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
It would surprise me a little bit.
Yeah. You're listening to Bear Friend Tea Party, the world's only podcast. I'm your host, First Man on the Moon, Christopher Winter. And joining me on the program tonight, Second Man on the Moon, D. Gunnard Beamish.
Hi. Hope everyone's doing all right.
Third Man on the Moon, Jeremy Mullis from North Carolina.
Hey, it's really great to be here. I'm glad you guys finally had me on. I know we've been talking about it for a long time.
And pathetic loser who's never even been to the fucking moon, Dr. Jonathan Bumpers.
I liked it better when I was the dog.
Yeah, Bumpers always gets the shaft on these.
No, you know, in that one, I think he was the delightful punchline.
That's true. Yeah.
It's amusing that just not having been to the moon makes him a loser in that situation.
This runs contrary to our "Who Here's Been to the Moon" segment. Hopefully, listeners aren't listening too carefully. One of those is going to have to be corrected.
We should probably not explain every joke immediately after.
What if explaining the joke is part of the joke?
Jeremy, what's on the program tonight?
Well, that's a great question, and we've got a terrific show for you tonight. I'm really excited about it. Tonight, on a very special episode of Bear Friend Tea Party, segment 1, which root vegetable am I thinking of? That should be a short and excellent segment. Segment 2, issuing sincere, heartfelt public apologies to Buzz Aldrin for disrespectful and combative tone of previous week's special guest segment. And segment 3...
That puts that moon opening in a different light. I hadn't thought of that.
I assumed you were looking at that.
No.
Segment 3, simultaneous unrelated discussions, number 1.
That's, it says that you and I... John and I are leading it.
Well, yeah,
don't
there's
remember
two
that. Okay.
parallel segments. I put it in
I
there,
see.
but you're leading the there's two simultaneous unrelated discussions. So you and I will have a discussion, and John and Danny will have a different discussion at the same time.
This will differentiate it from all of our regular episodes where we politely wait for each other to finish speaking.
Yeah, it's great. It's going to be great. Anyway, well, before we get on to that maybe we should touch on listener email corrections.
Oh, but before we get to that, I just wanted to thank everyone who came out to our Seattle live show.
Yeah. It was a terrific show.
Crazy. I totally...
Yeah.
Yep.
And to all the people who couldn't get in, I mean, we didn't know the tickets would sell out that fast. We're gonna have to get a bigger venue the next time we come to Seattle.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk that Seattle would love us that much?
The Windy City.
Yep.
Yeah. After nobody came to see us in Vancouver. Fuck you, Vancouver.
Well, I don't think our podcast is available in Canada.
Did they even get the internet in Canada?
They do, but it's no, never mind.
They might have their own internet.
They get it, but it's delivered in discrete packets on the backs of dogs.
Yeah. It's mostly just pictures of beavers, am I right?
You are right.
Hey. So...
Sorry, listener email corrections and addenda.
Yeah, we don't have any listener email. We still do have an email address that I believe is functioning, and that is bearfriendteaparty@aol.com. Remember, we may very well read some of the email we get. We honestly haven't had to develop a policy yet. Right now we're just kind of playing it by ear. But yeah, if you want to email us, we still are offering $20 to the first person to email in. And I feel like once that first email comes in, there's gonna be just a flood.
It'll be a flood. It'll be a deluge.
Our 8 listeners, on average, will.
Oh, do we go up?
No, well, let me check. I haven't checked the numbers.
If it's 8 on average, we've gone down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had a precipitous decline, but now we're holding firm at 8.
Is it because we stopped editing and releasing our podcast after we record it?
We are at almost an all-time low. I don't have any. I do have an addendum today. Yeah, in episode 00009, the pumpkin was made of straw. In our discussion of spirit animals, we mentioned the possibility of running off a series of impromptu Yo Mama So Occult jokes.
Oh, we should have done that.
But at the time, none of us could think of any, so I did...
It's a good reason.
It being...
It's actually hard to think of
18 months later, I have come up with 3. And would you like to hear them now?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Yeah, working with me there. All right, so...
Yes, let's hear them.
All right, here's one. Yo Mama is so occult.
How occult is she?
Your babysitter was Aleister Crowley, the well-known English occultist from the early 1900s.
I don't think you needed to explain that one. That's just funny.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if people would know who Aleister Crowley was.
No, I think that was obvious.
Should we take that one again? Let's not.
No, it was fine.
Let's move on. Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay, your mama is so occult that when she has a dinner party, she serves an assortment of cheeses on a Ouija board.
Oh.
It's good. I liked Aleister Crowley reference better, but that's good. I'm not... That is good.
I got one more. Your mama is so occult.
How occult is she?
Your mama is so occult that when she does the limbo, she just, like, goes into a trance and then like lies down perfectly horizontal and levitates 2 inches off the ground and just kind of floats under the limbo stick.
That's funny. Your mom is so occult, she cooks dinner in a cauldron.
Yo mama so occult.
How occult is she?
She's so occult, she went on a diet, and the house became infested with rats and vermin, because she ordinarily eats them, and that keeps the population down. But she was trying to lose some weight for bikini season.
That's pretty good.
I guess I'm saying she eats weird shit that seems magical. Yeah. No, I got it. No, I got it. Okay, I got it. Yo mama's so occult.
How occult is she?
When she dressed up as Ashton Kutcher for Halloween, she actually ritually slaughtered Ashton Kutcher and wore his skin over her own body. And it seemed that the skin had come alive and she really became Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, that's not very pithy. I think you...
No, it's not pithy.
BoyfriendTeaPartyPodcast.com.
On fiberglass. 3 hours later, and the gel coat is dry.
You don't think it's problematic to keep giving out the wrong...
BoyfriendTeaPartyPodcast.com.
The original Bear Friend Tea Party Podcast.gov.
The original Bear Friend with a tool called a chopper cut. They shoot shredded fiberglass mixed with resin over all the undergel-coated areas of the mold.
BearFriendTeaPartyPodcast.com.
They roll out the air bubbles and back down the fiberglass to a consistent thickness of 3 millimeters. This ensures the hollow cores will be strong enough to withstand up to 400 pounds of people sitting on it. The resin-filled fiberglass cures within approximately 2 hours. Then they find used to pry the casting from the mold.
Get out my life, why don't you
Thanks to the extraction is effortless and causes no damage to the hanging out. Nonetheless, they carefully inspect the surface to be sure it's free of defects. Grinder along the perimeter to trim off all the excess fiberglass and smooth the edge. Don't worry, so the next step is to trim the holes in the mold.
I think that could be really awesome. I gotta work on it, work it out.
Now they work on the outside, sealing the space between the floors.
friend's tea party.
Medieval, diminutive, talking, multicolored, anthropomorphic, enchanted bears.
Segment 1.
Go.
Oh, segment 1 is me. Are you guys ready for segment 1?
Yeah.
What's segment 1, Chris?
Okay. So this is my segment. It's a short segment. Segment 1 is, which root vegetable am I thinking of?
Rutabaga.
Wrong.
Rutabaga.
Wrong.
Kohlrabi.
Okay.
Not kohlrabi. No,
chard?
not
Is that a root
rutabaga.
carrot?
No.
Parsnip.
It's
okay.
wrong in any case.
Parsnip.
Potato.
Incorrect.
Yam.
Big dumb potato.
Taro.
Falafel.
Falafel is very close.
Falafel.
Tabbouleh.
Getting closer. Getting warmer.
Shapoopy.
No.
Did we say carrot?
Carrot
yes.
is wrong.
You said turnip. You said rutabaga.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, honestly,
Sharif. Omar Sharif.
tabbouleh is neither a root vegetable nor something I was thinking of, but in a way, it's been the closest guess so far.
Tbilisi.
Oh, couscous.
No, I mean, it's
chickpeas.
Sobolowski.
it's vaguely ethnic, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Beans.
Which
No.
Garbanzo
beans?
Well, you gotta guess. You know what? You can
All
ask
beans.
me any questions you want. Yes.
What is the
What
root
root
vegetable?
vegetable are you thinking?
Which root vegetable is it?
Is it one of the ones we've guessed so far, or not?
I mean, I guess I didn't specify that they had to be yes/no questions.
Human teeth. Human teeth.
It is not human teeth.
Animal teeth.
What about like
Root teeth. I get it.
It's
root.
no
what about,
kind of teeth.
an entire T-Rex skeleton?
You're getting very cold now.
Is it money?
Seaweed.
Bear in mind, Jeremy, bear in mind, it's a root vegetable.
Tamarind.
Incorrect.
Is it the love of money? Okay.
No. I'll answer yes/no questions
it-
about it.
Huey Lewis and a carrot.
No.
Is it something any of us have reasonably ever heard of?
Yes.
Should
Okay.
I look at a list of root vegetables?
Probably.
Okay.
I considered doing
Is
that,
it-
but would that be funny or cheating?
Is it a true?
Both.
Is it a true root, or does it just have a root-like stem?
I think it is a true root.
Cassava tuberous root.
No. It's something you've heard of.
a root
It's
cellar.
not that uncommon.
Is it
it's
a
vaguely ethnic.
Jicama. Jicama.
No. But that's a good guess.
Okay.
Charlie's Theorem.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. I used to live in Japan.
Japan root.
Australia.
Incorrect.
sushi.
and
Australia.
incorrect. Incorrect.
Oh, wasabi fish.
That's
Oh,
closer.
Is it a teriyaki
Is it
burger?
beef? Is it?
No.
Okay.
Incorrect.
Is it,
Incorrect.
what?
Japanese carrot.
Radish?
A daikon
John
radish.
is
A
very
daikon
hot.
radish.
Yes.
Radicchio.
Daikon radish. Hey, thanks for playing. Which root vegetable am I thinking
Bad
of?
friend's
good
tea
game.
party.
Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, Neil deGrasse Tyson!
Okay, segment 2.
Go on.
Segment 2, issuing sincere, heartfelt public apologies to Buzz Aldrin for disrespectful, combative tone of previous week's special guest segment.
You go ahead. I can hear you. I just have to go get a 9-volt.
That's fine. No, I can wait. I can wait. I'll wait till everyone's back. Before we get started on this segment, I thought that I would address some of the questions that you guys almost certainly will have about this segment. So I have 3 points to make about the upcoming segment, and these are going to be in the form of kind of questions that I pose and then answer.
Would you call those rhetorical questions? I think you might.
I don't think that's the correct term.
Prepositional questions.
Presuppositional questions.
Sexy questions.
Sexless questions.
Okay, look, this obviously we need to settle this issue. The correct term is a hypophoric question.
Huh?
It's a question that you pose merely so that you can answer it, then just as kind
Is
of
it
it's actually a...
always about Buzz Aldrin, or?
Okay, look.
I'm only half listening, so.
Yeah, you're not listening at all.
Yeah,
Danny.
but you're 100% interrupting.
Hey, Danny, why don't you stop installing your fucking car stereo for...
I just got my multimeter door.
Danny, no,
so
you know
funny.
what? Just fuck your multimeter
he's
and
doing
fuck
fine.
you.
No.
Either just like stop installing your car stereo, and we'll be done with this fucking
Oh my
podcast
God.
in like a half hour, or you can keep doing it and like interrupting, and it's just gonna drag on fucking forever.
I'm just lightly rattling some terminal wire connectors.
Get out of your goddamn car. Number one. So, what is the premise of this segment? A lot of you, like, I almost shouldn't need to say this, but we did not actually have an interview with Buzz Aldrin on our previous episode. That's obviously
Wait, are
false.
we off the record
so,
now? Is this not part of the actual podcast?
No, this is part of the podcast because a lot of people will have these same questions, and I think that it would be useful for everyone to know this. So we did not have a...
Okay,
Go on, please, Chris.
John, number one, can we just stop interrupting Jeremy and go through with this? And number two, Jeremy, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say the previous episode, do you mean the one we previously recorded,
Okay.
or the one that was previously released? Because they're often released out of order.
So number one, what is the premise of this segment? I hardly need to say this. We obviously did not actually have an interview with Buzz Aldrin. So this is a fanciful, kind of humorous segment, the premise of which is that we did have an interview with Buzz Aldrin in our last episode, and that it was fairly contentious, and we were responding to that.
Episode 35.
So,
Right.
yeah, now, what is the format of this segment? So, the format of this segment is, I mean, I've prepared 3 kind of vague, outlining things that I'm going to say, I'm going to, like, fancifully apologize for, but it will be in the format of kind of just a casual conversation where people will be free to jump in and, like, bring up things that they would like to apologize for having done or said during our interview with Buzz Aldrin. They don't have to be real because we didn't actually have this interview. Now, number 3.
C.1.
Number 3, where should the humor come from? So, the humor, what makes this segment humorous should be, you know, that you're kind of, through what we say, the listener will kind of imagine this kind of absurd interview with Buzz Aldrin where, like, we said a bunch of really rude and totally inappropriate things. And thusly, you know, kind of like one of those, like, old bits that Bob Newhart used to do where he would do, like, one side of a phone call.
Hello?
And the humor was really, in part, just kind of imagining what the other person was saying, but he'd be very deadpan.
You're talking, Jeremy. You're talking about Bob Newhart's stand-up, right? You're not talking about the TV show Newhart.
Yeah, though he
Or
did
the TV show,
he did
the
that
Bob
same
Newhart show.
bit on. He did that bit to some degree on both of his shows, is my recollection. But that was a bit he developed during his stand-up.
He had 3 shows.
Jeremy, I have
He
2
had 3
semi-relevant points
Yes,
to make.
please.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's
number
2
one.
that people
yeah.
commonly
I think
care
you.
about.
John, I
Chris
have
has the talking
Do
stick.
you?
number
All right.
1. I think that one side of the phone conversation bit may have been originated by Shelley Berman in the years before Newhart. I'm not going to swear to that, but I think it might go back to
Well,
Berman,
there's no need to swear.
the original sit-down comedian.
Well, didn't Lily Tomlin do some kind of bit about phones?
Oh, Lily Tomlin is much later.
Yeah,
she's
where she
awesome.
was like
She's on a really good
operator.
show right now.
She is awesome.
Let's talk about her.
She is awesome. Yeah.
One of the things they got mad
It's
at.
actually
Is that why the mayor
Hello,
is
Mr.
actually
Mayor?
pronounced Walla Walla Walla.
Why no, Mr. Mayor, this is Jeremy from the Bear Friend Tea Party podcast.
Oh, he's doing the Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
Point 2, I I really, really like the fact that you've changed up our standard procedure, which is to make a joke and then spend 10 minutes explaining why it was funny. For this segment, we're explaining why it's funny before we actually do it, so the listener can laugh along with us.
I want them to
It
be
is
prepared.
more convenient for everyone.
So,
Yeah, I think it's a smart move.
Well, yeah, we don't have a laugh track, so you can't tell, when...
Wait, we don't have a laugh track?
Segment 2, issuing sincere, heartfelt public apologies to Buzz Aldrin for disrespectful, combative tone of previous week's special guest segment. So yeah, this is kind of an unusual topic for us to do. As many of you know, last week we did have our special guest interview with astronaut Buzz Aldrin. And we got a lot of feedback on that, a lot of it good, but, some of it some of it less good, and I think that some of you made some serious points. I mean, I want to be clear, when we have one of these special guest interviews, we don't pull our punches. We ask the tough questions. This is not like Fresh Air with Terry Gross that you're listening to. This
That's
is
a great
Bear Friend
show.
Fucking Tea Party. This is not Hardball with Chris Matthews. We actually
Terrible
play
show.
hardball here, and we play hardball with a baseball bat and a gun to your fucking
Play
head.
hardball,
But
to death.
that said, some of the choices we made during that interview were of questionable merit. In particular, one thing that jumps out throughout the interview, I referred to astronaut Buzz Aldrin as Butt Aldrin.
That's funny.
And
Well, it's a judgment call. I mean,
when you think about it, Buzz is already kind of a ridiculous nickname.
it is a stupid name.
Bear Friend Tea Party.
segment 3. Simultaneous unrelated discussions. Okay, so I would say the question is, the United States Federal Reserve System, institution of the people or tool of oligarchy. What is your take on that, Jeremy Mullis?
I'm just leading into it,
Let's go let's do a 3.
and then it would kind of vamp
Alright, let me know
down.
when you're finished.
What do you think about that?
Okay, I'm into
Okay.
that. I'm into
I
that.
think
3,
it's a pretty good
2,
song.
1.
It's somebody
Neither
that oligarchy.
institution nor tool of
That's
oligarchy.
very difficult to hear.
Actually,
It's
a
timing.
battleground.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. I think it's a
who's that?
tool of
I think,
oligarchy. I mean, I think that,
Go on.
the interests of
think
the
this might
Federal
work better if we
Reserve
had
just
4
seem
different
always with, the reigning
That's a
powers,
lot like the four
the
speeches
ruling
segment.
classes, the moneyed interests. If you're a fucking, sharecropper or some shit, you don't give a shit
I
about
just
the
can't
fucking
hear, John.
Federal
That's
Reserve Bank. They don't give a shit about you. They're
Let's
just like
just-
Mr.
we
Monopoly
can record this
Moneybags
later.
asshole,
It's just really hard to hear.
and they're like, oh,
It's
let's
really-
address
it's
the
really-
interest
I'm
rates.
talking
And it's
really
like,
loudly, too.
I'm not
Yeah, I know.
being terribly
I
eloquent
know.
here, but
I know.
I think you're expressing a respectable opinion, and I'm not gonna. I
mean,
wouldn't
it was
say that
released
you're
as a
completely
single,
wrong.
wasn't it?
I just when you expand it out to the Federal
kinda
Reserve
confusing.
system,
It was released
you
as a
have
single,
to
but
say,
it
that
wasn't really-
system is very heterogeneous.
It's one of their better
And
songs.
I don't
It's
think
one of
you
those
can say
songs,
it's all
and
one
it's
thing
kinda
or all
like-
the other. I mean,
and
it's a
I think you said this
battleground.
about
It's a
the
field
song
of
Ken
contention.
Jahari.
God damn it.
More so than it
Where,
is
I think when it
one
came
thing
out-
or the other. I mean, regional banks,
Like,
a
as
lot
soon
of
as
them
you
are
heard it, it
definitely
was kind of
run
like-
essentially by private banks,
Yeah.
by
You
Kind of
capitalists.
pretty much
felt like
knew.
Yeah,
it had
tool of
always
oligarchy,
been
no
a They Might Be
question.
Giant song.
Yeah.
At the
kinda
same
covered
time,
in a drawer
Kind
somewhere.
of like a Canada
Federal Open
Harry or
Market
something
Committee.
like that.
a lot of those people are appointed
Yeah, that's- I
by
just said that.
elected officials, and if
Yeah.
you look at their
it's a pretty good
policies,
No,
I
it's
think
good. I like
don't
that
think I would
he,
make the case that Janet Yellen is a tool.
You know,
of
he's a
oligarchy,
worm that
for
plays the
example.
I mean,
drums.
she's certainly
It's,
not a.
it's well written.
She's not exactly
yet
a
It's got a nice
populist,
family.
isn't she?
What it's about.
Well, I wouldn't call her a raging populist.
I do like
but
it when it says.
I think she's been holding the line
he's gonna
pretty
play the
well
solo,
against
but then it's not a drum solo?
You know,
That's a nice touch.
anti-inflation
that's
crowd,
really
the
good.
crowd
That's
that are
really good.
that are always
oh no,
pushing,
but that
pushing
does
to
make
raise
sense
rates
because it's not Dr. Worm who's going to take the solo. It's his friend.
Low
Rabbi
interest rates
Bill
are
or something?
okay.
Yeah.
I'd put it
Is
this
he
way.
also a worm?
The basic thing, the Fed's always deciding interest rates go up or down. That's basically it. Am I right?
Yeah.
A hornet?
Yeah, but
So,
it just seems so divorced from
I don't
like
think there's a hornet.
real
Oh, no, it's
America.
it's
the common
just a
man.
guitar solo.
That I don't buy that argument. It's not something the common
really
man
hard to hear.
thinks about. But if your choice is between low
yeah,
interest rates
so
with high
all I hear is
moderate inflation or like
Speaking
moderate
of,
interest rates with low
songs,
inflation, there's
It's
one
really all I
side that's
hear is
good
Chris.
for the working class, and
Yeah.
there's one
Well,
side
Chris
that's
is
good
really
for the
loud
ruling
in
class.
the
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're always gonna.
He does have
always
a
gonna side
nasally,
with the ruling.
piercing
Well,
voice.
but that's not the case. I mean, if you got a big old pile of money,
Yeah.
you're probably a creditor.
You know,
so
you know, when
you
Chris
want low
plays the solo
inflation
in Dr.
and
Worm, it's really
moderate interest rates.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you're working class, you probably got a lot of debt on your hands.
Yeah, but
You're
we
certainly
know
not
the
a
song
creditor.
really
the only
speaks for
reason
the
You
song
want
speaks for itself.
moderate inflation and low interest
the
rates.
only reason
I
they
can't-
have low
I
interest
couldn't-
rates now, you don't get
all
the
I could hear
impression
was
it's because
Chris,
like
so-
out of concern for low income
What's
people.
going on?
It's because they
Yeah,
like
but Chris was
do
talking
everything
about
they
Janet
could to
not
keep from
dueling for a
nationalizing
while
the
like he always
banks.
does.
Originally,
they're
sure,
like-
it's
their
a
buddies-
means of
Their
stabilizing
buddies
the
could
economy.
just continue
but
to
I
go
think
out and
Janet
drink
Yellen
Why are
should
interest
do
rates
less
still so low?
talk. I
The
think
ruling
Janet
class
Yellen
wants them to go
should
up,
do
like Wall Street wants
more-
interest rates higher.
Damn it.
Why
I think
why
Janet
haven't they
Yellen
gone
It's
up?
hard. It's hard to whisper
Be-
about Janet Yellen.
should do. I think Janet Yellen should do more whispering and less yelling. Never mind. I can't.
Jeremy, are we doing? Do you have Do you have? Is this a Hall and Oates song?
Ah, fuck that.
Or are we just?
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done with this fucking shit. I'm done with this fucking podcast.
Do you mean for tonight?
fucking
or for
asshole
all time?
relatives.
What?
For all time. I'm done.
Oh, Jeremy's
I'm out.
quitting the
I'm
podcast?
outie. I'm quitting the podcast.
Oh yeah, that'll build. That'll
Oh, wait, does that-
build buzz.
Oh yeah.
Does that? How? So does that mean, Jeremy, you're not going to show up next week?
Fuck no. I mean, I've been taking the lead too long. I've been trying to whip you assholes into shape, and I get nothing back. I get nothing.
I feel like this podcast could be a real
is a
winner.
real
Yeah, it can't. No. This podcast sucks. You suck. You suck. You suck. And I'm pointing. I don't know if you can see what
He's
I'm
going out on a.
Doesn't matter.
He's gonna
Pointing
piss
at
on his
you
website.
suck. And fuck you. And fuck you.
Are you
Is it
leaving?
your
Fucking
daughter?
shit. Like, if you guys
you
think I'm
seriously
not
out?
about to hang up and never do another one of these, you're fucking wrong. I am. This is it. Fuck you guys. I'm out. I won't be back.
Sure,
Good
Jay,
luck.
Jay,
Good luck
Jay,
running this thing
Jay,
without me. Good luck
Jay.
putting the episodes up on the website.
I just noticed you're wearing a
guys.
Mr. Pibb t-shirt.
I'm out. I'm done. I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna stop
come on,
cursing.
don't,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
go
This is my
to
job.
bed.
This is good. I think Jeremy's processing his pain.
Jeremy doesn't feel pain. No, this is... Man, he was really unhappy.